Hello world, my name is Ilse and from AnaAkun I welcome you all to this new meeting. Today we have a beautiful light soul. Her name is Karen Elsworth from Karen Elsworth Extra Dimensional Art. In this nice interview, we will talk about her experiences of interdimensional beings and her guides. Karen is a visionary artist and a channel who paints the higher dimensions she sees in visionary states. She works with her interdimensional ET guides to paint the dimensional soul self aspects for others, helping them connect to their guides and to their star family. Isn't it cute? It's really beautiful. Welcome, Karen. Thank you so much for your cooperation and your contribution, always for the benefit of the awakening of consciousness.
Thank you. Hi. It's
How are you?
really nice to be here. It's nice to be here, and thank you for having me.
Fantastic for me. When did you start connecting and how did it grow?
Okay. Well, it started quite a long time ago, back in 1994. So yeah, that is a long time ago. And I was introduced to a lady who told me that I had a strong guide around me and that I could paint other people's guides and that she was going to help me do that. And at the time, I just didn't believe her. I didn't think I could do that. But I was really interested in meditation already. I'd started waking up. I'd started reading lots of books and that kind of thing. So I was ready for it, really. And I just tuned in and I called on her. She gave me the name to call on. And I tuned in and she was there. She just came straight to me. And I could see her in my, through my third eye. And I went on a journey with her and she took me out into another space. And I started connecting with this one guide and I did a lot of journey work with her over the next few months, So it was just a case of just really connecting in with that first guide and linking in with her and learning about the different dimensions and opening up to the energy. And so that's what that was all about to start with. And then after that, actually I have a picture here that I'll show you of her. It's the first guide that I ever drew, so it's it's quite interesting, and I've kept it for years, so I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah. So it's just a pencil sketch because I wasn't doing all the colors in the way I'm doing it now. But and you can see that her third eye is really prominent there, and that she doesn't have a mouth because she's really emphasizing to me to go within and to connect with the inner realms, which is what I did. So yeah, so that was exciting. And then I joined a meditation group, and the lady that led that was channeling ET beings, and she was bringing through energy into Earth, and we would all sit and meditate with her. Mm-hmm. And that activated me more as well, and I was raising my energy and connecting with what we would call the Christ consciousness energy then, so the higher light energy. And I did that for quite a few months as well. And I had a reading with this lady too, and she told me that I had a lot of beings around me and that I needed to connect with them. So I went on a process of deeper connection then, and I had a lot of people around me in my life. And at that point of my life, I was quite young and I was quite busy, and I was going out and drinking, doing things that you do when you're young, And I needed to move away from a lot of that energy and just really connect with the pure essence energy of my soul. So I was led to move away to a place called Waiheke Island, which is off the coast of Auckland. And it's really remote. It was back then really remote and quiet. And I lived there in the bush with my daughter. And I moved over there to do a course. I left my job, moved over there to do a course, learning how to sculpt with clay, which was completely different, but I just was really guided to do all of this. So I just was following my heart, really. And the real reason that I went there, though, was just to connect further with my own spiritual self and the beings that I'm linking with now.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was quite amazing. Yeah.
Are you sculpting also, not just painting?
Yeah, at that time I was sculpting in clay and also drawing the visions that I saw. Um, yeah, I'd use a lot of pastels and chalks and do a lot of painting. So I'll show you. I've got some pictures here.
Yes, yes, no.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay, so
Now,
these are some of the clay pieces I was making back on Waiheke then, and I don't know if you can see that, but it's like there's two beings coming out of a tree.
gorgeous, yes.
Yeah, and that's the ETs. I mean, you can see that they are, with the head shape and that.
On the end of the video, I will put your photos and then people can see them really
It's probably
good.
a bit easier, eh? Could you not see that so clearly? Because the
Yeah,
light
yeah,
might be
you can
distracting.
see it.
Yeah. And so yeah, I was connecting in and just meditating away, and then the energy got really, really strong, and I kind of was thinking, well, there's some new energies around me like that I haven't felt before, and they're really powerful. So I went to see somebody else. I had a reading with a lady who told me that I was connected to these specific ET beings that were with some kind of council, and that they were here to bring energy into the earth and help connect other people, and that it was really, really important that I connect with them, and that they wanted to speak through me. And so I began connecting with them. And a short time after that too, I did the Merkaba activation. So I activated my Merkaba. I did a workshop. I came over to Auckland to do it, which is quite interesting because the energy in Auckland was so different from Waiheke, and I've been so used to the still, quiet energy, and then Auckland seemed quite busy in comparison, and I found that quite hard to deal with. But yeah, I connected in and did the Merkaba, and then I would sit and meditate, and I began to experience through meditation my connection with these ones in the different dimensions. Like I would see how I would report back to them. So say I'll be in this otherworldly space, and I would see like all the air was looked different. It was light, and I could see like grass waving, and I would see a ship, and then I would see the beings, and I would go to them and speak with them. And I was seeing things like this and realizing that my connection with them was different to what I thought, that I'd linked with them in other spaces, not just here. And that was quite amazing because, you know, I realized that, that there was more dimensions to my connection than I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, fabulous. No, really beautiful.
It was an amazing time.
A very nice experience, I guess. No?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
energy just always became stronger and stronger. You always had more connection with them.
Yes, very much. And they would come to me, and I had another experience too, where I was meditating with a friend on the beach, and That was a strange one because I was out of body. I'm sure I was out of body because we were sitting there for hours. She was waiting for me for hours. And I had had this visionary experience with these beings. These ones here, I can show you the ones. They took me to a space where they were instructing me about Earth and the energy here. It was like kind of like being in a lecture almost, like they were talking to me, and it was all telepathic. They didn't speak through, you know, speaking. It was like speaking into my mind. It was beings that were like this. There was two of them, and I went out um, and yeah, experienced this experience, and then all of a sudden I came back, and she said, where did you go? It was like, I've been waiting ages for you to come back. And I said, I've only been gone a little while. And she was like, no. And so yeah, that was something else that was quite extraordinary. And
with them, how do you feel? Do you feel their energy is very lovely, very harmonious?
very loving, yeah, very loving, very uplifting, very supportive, beautiful, beautiful energy. Yeah, yeah.
You can feel that immediately if you are with the right beings, let's say.
Exactly, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So, mm,
yeah, tell me.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I just continued for a while, and I gradually met the different ones that were in this sort of group, and they gradually got me used to their different energy, and then I had a group of people that would come to me. I started this meditation group. I'm just trying to think if this is around the time that I started doing the guide paintings, because it may have been, I think, yeah, it was. I
You
was also
started.
starting to do the guide paintings for other people then too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but and so we'd meet, and they'd just bring energy through into this group, just speaking about how the earth energy is changing, and we would just all sit there and receive this energy. And yeah, I did that for quite a while, so that was nice.
Was that a long time ago?
Yes, that was let me see, it would have been 1990, maybe 98, 99, 90, 97 or 98.
So about 2, 3 hours, 2, 3 years after you started
Yeah,
to
after the
connect with your
initial,
first
yeah,
guide.
yeah, yeah. So it's a long time that I was connecting with them, you know.
Yes, long time.
Mhm.
Wow, fantastic.
But all good.
I've
Yeah.
got some more questions. Who are the beings?
Oh,
What
okay.
beings you are working with, and how do they work with you? Let's say, how do they connect with you? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, they connect through my energy field. So I meditate, and I reach a certain energy and space in myself, you know, like I go within, and they connect with my energy. And they have like a meeting space that they set up for me. So it's like an energetic space. They call it a communication sphere, but and they come and speak to me there. And I see this as actually like a great big um, blue sphere of light around me. And they come and meet me there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. They set it up, and they said that it's part of my energy field, and that it's always been there, but they activated it.
Ah, okay. They activated it,
Yeah.
and then it's easier for you to connect, of course.
It
Wow.
must be something, perhaps something I brought in. Um, but yeah, so that's how they connect with me, and they speak telepathically to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll visit me. They haven't visited me just, you know, say like in my sleep state. Sometimes they would come visit me at night, but this is when you know, this is just when I was reawakening to them, because I went off the path for a little bit and came back on, and they wanted to really say hello in a big way. Because I was doubting it a little bit as well. I was a bit hesitant and nervous about getting back in touch with it. And so, yeah. But so yeah, I've had a couple of visitation experiences like that, but most of the time it's just in the energy field.
Wow. It's amazing, no? That you can see them and feel them like this, and you see them really clearly, no? Clearly.
Oh, yeah, I do. I see them clearly. Yeah, when I see them.
Yeah, of course, because if you paint them, you've got all these little details in your painting, so wow, beautiful. And Karen, you say we have a different soul self aspects or dimensional aspects that we
Yeah.
connect with within this life, let's say. How can you explain that?
Okay, well, it's like so we have our self here that we know of ourself, our physical self that we identify with in this dimension, and this third dimensional density is what they refer to it as densities. And then we, because you know our soul is multifaceted, we have other dimensions that we exist within as well, but that we just can't see them or connect with them because we're here focused in this physical plane, and we can't perceive the higher visions of that yet, although we're starting to, and people are starting to in meditation and that kind of thing. But we can't see it all the time, you know, but that energy is still there. So there are these different aspects of ourself in other dimensions and different existences where we're working within these spaces and these dimensions, you know, because these energetic spaces have it's like they have life there in a sense, different to here, but there is, you know, existence there.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the crystalline dimension and energy, which is they're like cities. If you could call them cities in our way of describing them, but people exist in those dimensions. Beings exist in those dimensions, and they're crystalline energy beings. So there's a lot that we're not seeing here in the physical aspect and density, and it's all on different vibrations, different frequencies of energy.
Levels,
If that sort of explains it a little bit. I'm finding that when people come to me for to connect to their guides, I'm seeing that a lot of these people have different aspects of their self where they're working with energy, and they are needing to bring that energy in here into this earth plane and work with the energies here. And I think that is because our earth energy is changing and its frequency is raising and the energy is changing and rising. And so we're able to access those energetic healing abilities and things, and using the geometries and the higher ways of working here in this dimension.
Of course, that's important.
For our light work, and also that brings the higher energies in as well into the earth. It helps to anchor it all more in here.
It helps to anchor it in,
Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, uh, what is the beings, the crystalline beings? How are they? Crystalline beings.
They're crystalline energy. So that energy in itself is a very specific energy, and it's important. And the reason that they're here is because we're shifting from a physical and a carbon-based body into a crystalline body. It's what they call this, but the ascension process. So that's part of it. Is shifting into this higher energetic energy form.
So they're helping really the people here to connect.
They're helping with that. Yeah, and also there's people here that have a crystalline aspect in the dimensions. I don't know if it's everyone, but I feel that some of us do have the aspects there, and they're needing to connect with those aspects as well. Some people are needing to connect with those energy aspects to help their own body connection here, and to help with the work here that they're to do if they're working with the crystalline energy. Because a lot of light workers are working with the energy.
Yeah, at the moment, and there's always more and more people who are awake. Every day there's so many people more who are awakened. It's really fantastic.
It's
They
awesome.
really realize there are star seeds also. Do you think everybody is a star seed?
Yeah, I think everybody has a soul that is connected from elsewhere, and this isn't just where it is at. I think that the majority of people do have existences in the stars and from the stars. Yeah.
So
I don't know.
the way, yeah, they have their work, they have their mission. They came really to help raise the vibration from Mother Earth also.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I think because I think starseeds. I think when people say starseed, I don't know if they're referring to the fact that they have a connection in the stars, or maybe they're referring to the fact that they're here on their starseed mission, which they're thinking of as in they're bringing their energy and connecting with that energy and bringing it in here into Earth. So yeah, there's a lot of those people on the Earth plane. Yeah.
It's a work. It's a responsibility, no? Also.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's why we're here. Yeah, I believe we're all here to awaken to who we are.
Yeah. You just have to try to find it there, no? There.
It's here.
Yeah, it's there and it's here. It's connected from there to here.
Yeah.
Exactly, because how is this reality different, and how do we feel so separate, really? Because loads of people don't feel this connection. They feel so separate here. The feeling like it's an illusion created by polarity consciousness. Yeah, how can I say that? How different is it to the higher dimension or the higher dimension self? Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, because the reality here is different in that way. It's we're living in a reality where everything is solid and physical, and the density and the vibrations are low, and things are taking on the really heavy forms, and we don't see so much the higher vibrations. I mean, really, there's just the things that appear solid, they're not really solid. They're just density moving at a much different speed, so a much lower speed. So and what it is that also the way we perceive our identity here is we see ourselves as separate, because of the ego self. So we're always wanting to identify ourselves with something or from something and in relation to something else. So there's that going on. We don't see ourselves as naturally connected to all of life around us, although some people do, and some of the native tribes have done that too, but generally many people don't, And so when we're in that space, we don't feel the connection. We feel separate from it. And part of that is also, I also think part of that is brainwashing. I think we're led to, we're encouraged to see ourselves as separate, through the media and through the way our life is, just the system, the way everything is. Yeah, people just don't get to see the whole picture. So when you look at the higher vibrations and the higher densities and the other dimensions out there, and where a lot of the beings that we connect with come from, they see themselves as all one, and they're all connected to source energy, and they're all connected through source energy, and they don't see themselves as separate. They're able to also with a self, they understand that they're multidimensional, and they're not just, wherever they might perceive themselves to be in space and time.
Mm-hmm.
They know that they extend beyond that. And they don't, a lot of them don't have names. They don't use names. So they'll recognize each other on an energy level, and they're able to read each other's minds. They use telepathy. It's just a different state of consciousness. And that's what you have with unity consciousness. So, in terms of reflected back down here, where we see, like we have night and day, we have good and bad, we have dark and light, and we have all these things, that are male and female. It's just everything is separated and divided, and one or the other, like this or that, and that's the polarity consciousness. So that's different to the unity consciousness, where it's all integrated and it's all one and on a higher frequency. And that's what we need to move towards, really. And we need to reconnect with that unity consciousness and that oneness within ourselves.
That's very important. But of course, our culture, the social media, all these things doesn't really help. It just makes it so strong, just the feeling that you are separated. They work the separation, really. So it's a big work for us just to understand and just to feel that everything is just one, and that we have to integrate all these aspects.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we definitely do. And part of that work is doing the shadow work in the self, and working through all the stuff that's there, all the trauma, all the fears, all those things, and that has to be worked through before you can be really, really at one with yourself. It's kind of like a life's work, really. It's a journey. It's a huge work.
Yeah, it's a huge work, because you have to clean first, no? First you have to pass to the cleaning lady, no? To clean all these unconscious traumas and everything. Yeah. But it's there. So you have to clean them out. You have to be conscious to clean them out, let's say, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And it takes a lot of courage too to go in there and look. A lot of courage. At the end of the day, it's all just energy, and we're more than that. And so we can we can work through it, and it's okay.
Definitely.
There's so many healers, so many light workers out there that can help people. So it's so important to do that work.
Yeah, it's very important, and it's what you say. There's so many ways and so many possibilities that we have today to just work and to get it out. Yeah.
Yeah, the support is there, definitely. So.
Wow. On the end of the video, I'm going to put all your beautiful pictures that you do. Yeah. Some pictures on the end of the video that the people can see them really nicely. So, where can the people contact you? Where can they take contact with you?
They can contact me on my Facebook page, which is Extra Dimensional Art. Karen Elsworth, Extra Dimensional Art, sorry. And also I've got a website, extradimensionalart.com. And yeah, I've also got Instagram. So there's the Extra Dimensional Art, which is my Instagram. So it's pretty much all the same name. So you can find me there. Yeah.
And they can connect with you, and then you can do for them a reading. What is exactly what you
Yes.
do in a session? Explain a little bit.
Oh, I'm glad you asked me that actually, because yeah, I need to say that. Yeah, so what I do is I work with one of the guides that I've got with me who helps me with a lot of the work. Is He's brought through a lot of energy to into my Facebook page and things, but he so I tune into the person's energy field. So I call them my guides and they come around me. So there's two specific guides that help me with this. And I tune into the person, their energy field, and then it's like a pyramid sort of situation is set up between myself and the other person and their guide. And it's like this big energy. I can see it actually coming down around all of us, really. And this energy kind of links the person with their guide. And I'll just tune in and tell them what I'm seeing, just energy around them, and any information that their guide is bringing through. And quite often their guide will give them a message on how to connect with them. And so it's information like that, really. And also quite often too is just the information about which planetary or constellation energies they're connecting in with to bring in this time that's important for them to connect with. And all that information comes through. And of course, it's different for everyone. So
it's very personally.
very
That's
personal,
really
yeah.
fantastic. And then you paint them. Then you do
Yeah,
the painting.
paint them. So yeah, so I record all of this and I send it to the person, and then I tune in again and paint the guide.
You paint the guide. Wow, what a beautiful gift is that.
Yeah, it is a beautiful thing. I love doing it. It's beautiful. I'm so honored to do that work because it's a huge thing, I feel, to
Yes.
connect someone's energy on that level is quite lovely.
It's fantastic because first of all, you give them a reading, then you connect them with their proper guide, and then they can even see it in this physical life. So that is really fantastic. With our
Yeah.
eyes, we can look at them and we can talk with them and everything. And you make the connection between the guide and you open that space really between
Yeah,
the
it's like yeah.
guide. That is
Yeah.
really fantastic. I think
Yeah.
this is gorgeous what you do, Karen.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Fantastic. Okay. Do you have a special message for the people? Something?
I would say it would be or they would say it would be to know that you're such a powerful being of light. The energy within you goes beyond this dimension and reaches into multiple dimensions and existences. And your energy is so powerful. And you are here to shine that light and be that energy in essence and to remember who you are.
Thank you, Karen, for this beautiful interview. It was a pleasure to receive your valuable information and share this moment with you.
Thank you, Elsa. It was really lovely talking with you and just really beautiful to be here.
Thank you so much. I hope to all see you in the next interview. And I wish loads of energy and loads of light for everybody. Bye bye.
Bye.